Didn't try to do that. Hold on. Try that again.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.
What up, party people? It is your boy Rodney Perry. A little premature on that last little entry, but we are in full effect. Welcome. It is me. I am in Dallas, Texas still. Be here for another 2 weeks. Then Mother's Day weekend, Hood Book goes live. Columbia, South Carolina for Mother's Day weekend. Super duper excited about this play. There's the flyer, May 12th and 13th. The story is set in a virtual background in the Garden of Eden. I play the character of Pride. Pride, the last thing you want to have when you're dealing with God. All right. Super duper excited about that. That is coming up. Shouts out to Fred Hammond and the whole family over at Hood Book, headed to rehearsal very shortly. Candy Kids TV is in the building. Hopgood, I saw your late, Mr. Hopgood. We'll be talking about that this morning. Alfreda Jackson is in the building. Welcome. Trina Pickard, thank you for always popping in. Alfreda says, congratulations, Rodney Perry. Always love Alfreda. Always man love. Shouts out to St. Louis, Missouri. When I tell you, I smashed that last weekend. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something. I don't know. I mean, y'all see me every day, so y'all might go, man, this Rodney Perry is funny. But please know this. I am not to be messed with on that comedy stage. A fabulous set of sets this weekend. Well done, Rodney Perry. Well freaking done. It's time to get into the show. This young man is making his return to the Rodney Perry Show. He's been known to look down on the screen, but he's fixed that, you know. And to be honest, I don't even like dealing with him because he's too handsome. And I'm sick of it. I'm going to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Comedian extraordinaire, Mr. Artsy Musa.
What's up, man? What's up? Long
How
time.
are you? Do I call you Musa or do I call you Artsy?
Yeah, man, Musa, but you can call me whatever, bro. I'm just happy to be here.
Man love from Memphis, Tennessee, from Kenneth Caldwell. Kenneth, thank you for popping in this morning, man. Man love, man respect, appreciate you. Musa, how you been, man?
Great, man. Working my tail off, man. Blessed to be booked and enjoying it. Enjoying the comedy journey, man. Enjoying the learning. Now with you with plays now, like how are you out here creating new material in your stand-up world and memorizing play lines at the same time? Like how is that a thing?
Well, you have to compartmentalize, I believe. Like, so, you know, while I'm locked into the play, I'm locked into the play. You know what I mean? You know, if something occurs to me funny, I'll jot it down. You know, I'm also preparing for a TV opportunity, so I'm helping to produce that. So I'm like, I sat down last night. You know, I mean, your brain works if you tell it to do something, and but you do have to lock into a play because a play different than a movie or TV. You have to digest the entirety of the play.
Now, here's the thing: like with comedians or entertainers, you can't just label you as a comedian anymore. The entertainers of your caliber, like I'm looking at the Eddie Murphys and the Kevin Harts and Richard Pryor's of this world. When you make that transition from just stand up to doing plays, to doing movies, to doing theater, does the comedy ultimately suffer? Because I'll be honest with you, I've never seen a comedian put out their best special while they're also doing television or movies, or it normally comes that genius.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I think that I'm not in the process of creating a special, but
okay,
I imagine you would have to focus.
Okay,
just like I got to focus on this play. If I'm doing a special, I got to focus on that.
So you're saying when you're trying to build that special, you kind of, okay, this is what I'm doing solely.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
I got that.
I believe so. Kevin Hart, when he's creating a special, he's doing sets every night. Multiple sets per night. And so, I've seen him kind of work that process. But if you think about it, a set ain't nothing but 3 15-minute sets, 4 15-minute sets.
Yeah.
So, my favorite, we do that. That's what we do.
My favorite specials tend to be the specials that comedians did early on in their career. Like Eddie Murphy Raw. I feel like you can't make Eddie Murphy Raw while you're making Trading Places in Beverly Hills Cop 1 through 3. I don't think that's happening to have that while you're creating.
That's more than fair. But you don't get to make those other things if you don't do Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? Like it all kind of works together, and you are the sum. You are the sum of many things.
Now, when far as your plays and your acting, do you think does that want you to explore more physical comedy on stage? Because I've seen you perform.
I'm pretty physical already.
Yeah. Your act outs are impeccable.
Yeah.
So does it make you want to act out more? Do you be like,
yo? No. I mean, that's style.
Okay.
So the physicality of the comedy that I do is one style, and I've also learned how to be funny without moving a lot at all.
I've seen that too. That was during your recovery process. I've seen you pre and post.
Right. And you have to perpetually be, preparing yourself for that. You're always making adjustments, changing, evolving. So, what's true today might not be true tomorrow. RC Moose is in the building. Welcome. Also, I see you, Tony Neal, the one that got the face beat early this morning. Thank you for coming in. I can absolutely see you. She was our co-host yesterday. Always love to have her on the show. Welcome to the show, Miss One Act Drama.
Oh,
hello.
Hey.
How I One Act Drama. She just made the 40-minute trip back and forth, taking her son to school. She's locked in. Your light looks amazing this morning.
The sun is actually hitting just right out my patio today. And then I got a ring light over here.
You look nothing short of amazing. How are you?
Good. And I didn't take my son to school this morning because the fire alarm went off in my building at 3 a.m. And we didn't get back in until a little after 5:30. So I let him stay home today. And there was no fire.
There was no fire.
No, it was faulty. Like the fire department came like 30 minutes after, but they couldn't get it off. So maintenance had to come. They couldn't get it off. And I don't know who they called, but they finally got it turned off.
Hey, Riri says you're glowing.
Thanks, Princess Riri.
Shouts out to one of my high school buddies. Me and this dude go back 40 some odd years. Lester Jackson. Bo Jack, what's up, boy? Mama Miss is in the building. We got a lot to cover today, but I wanted to bring this young lady in. Her name is Tony Neal. Her podcast is I had a chance to do it. It's cooking. The clips are blasting through. I was so comfortable talking to this lady that I may have put my foot in my mouth.
What?
Yes.
No, you were fine. You were great.
Really?
Yeah.
Tony D, talk to me about the podcast, man. It's Smitty and D.
Smitty and D.
It may be the only father-daughter podcast in the world.
I don't think it is. I think there's one more out there. It's boring though. It's boring. It's boring.
You're absolutely not boring. I can't wait to meet Smitty. Smitty is a fan of Rodney Perry.
Huge fan.
Talk to me about this, Miss Tony. First of all, your process is so dope to me. You're working with my man, Kino Trice. You guys are producing such a great show.
Thank you.
How can people consume it?
All right, so well, first off, you guys can hear it on Spotify. You can also watch it on YouTube. I think we're on iHeart and Apple or iTunes. But the reason why we created the show, Perry, Perry, that's your name now, Perry. The reason why we created the show was because I came from the world of reality TV, right? And so I was hiring these people, and people were only coming to me because I worked on these shows. And so what I realized was these people were horrible people. Like, they're young, horrible humans. Like, what is going on here? But then I realized that they're consuming all of this junk, all of the Housewives of Atlanta, the Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, Bad Girls Club. And my daughter was in that group, but she didn't watch that stuff because, I worked on the set. Mm-hmm. So as these kids are coming to me for jobs, I had to re-educate them, right? And I was just like, this is a lot of work. And if this is just one or two kids, how many are really out there? So I said, okay, well, one day when I get an opportunity, I'll create responsible media so we can have kind of like a balance, right? So we need something else that's out there. You've got so many people with podcasts now, and they're the voice of everything stupid, and they're blasting to the world, and they're not responsible. When I was in school, I had to go to journalism. I had to go get a communications degree to be on TV. There was education. There was things called yellow journalism, in which, the choir is, but you didn't do that. You didn't just put your input and your opinions into facts. Because when you do that, you can control the masses, the entire masses when you do that. So networks like Fox and CNN and MSNBC and so on, if you're not very careful, you can really control the masses with how you think. So what I decided to do was create responsible media. And that's what we're doing.
I mean, you're absolutely doing it. But how do you keep from falling into the pitfalls? I mean, because the clicks come with the ignorance.
That part. So so I like to call it like mildly stupid stuff. So we'll put something stupid out there, every maybe like 9th video, just so we can get some of the dodos to come through, but for the most part, everything goes through me, Rodney. Like, I have to click off or sign off on everything that we put out there. And so if it doesn't sit well with me, I may have a little heartburn about it, A
little heartburn never hurt nobody.
A little heartburn. I had a little heartburn yesterday, but it seems like it's going okay.
What happened yesterday?
Oh, you don't remember?
Okay, tell the story.
We shot you, and we released a clip, right? And the clip was of your thoughts about Bill Cosby. And what I didn't realize was
people are still very sensitive about Bill Cosby.
Yeah, they're very, very sensitive. And so unfortunately, like, I grew up in the age where we didn't have money, we didn't have anything. Our family was on welfare, and so I never got to see a family like that. I didn't even know that existed for us. And so when we got a chance to see it on TV, it changed everything. I even went to college.
Let me jump in there with you, because the question kind of comes arises: do you throw out the baby with the bathwater?
Right.
Or is rape just rape, and this guy is permanently canceled forever?
So I think within this cancel culture, it's getting a little it's getting a little scary because we're kind of forgetting who we are. Dr. Cosby did do a whole lot, and I know that he probably did a whole lot of wrong too, but most people in their lives have done something so egregious or crazy that they're probably will never get forgiven for, but most people don't know about it. So it's easy for us to pass judgment on other folks, because people don't know what we do in our closet. So for me, I went to a HBCU. My whole life changed because of that, and I don't even know what to say. Like, for me, when I heard the information, I was just like, I don't know if that's true, but even if it's true, I still am going to appreciate it. So that's just what it is.
Wow. We're talking to Tony Neal. Oh, okay. I was supposed to say that. I'm sorry. Tony
It's
D.
okay. It's okay.
Like you got one of those names that I kind of have to say the whole thing.
Everyone does that, Rodney Perry.
I kind of have to say the whole thing. That young lady is One Night Drama. This young man is Artsy Moose.
Hey, how you doing?
Say hi to Tony Neal.
How you doing?
Hey, we're gonna have to get you on the show, guys.
Please.
Oh, you would love these two. They silly too. Oh, they are silly. Let's do this before we move another step. The Smitty D show is cracking right now. You can go on YouTube and make yourself a part of it. Check it out.
Dr. Cosby is still awesome. He still paved the way, whether it's A Different World or The Cosby Show, paved the way for a lot of black kids to go to college. He paved the way for us to see a black affluent family on television. So that doesn't go away because, he had some issues. Now, I do believe if your ass is living this life, sometimes you need to go on and die. Let's just throw it out there now. And I don't want the man gone, but if he had died 30 years ago, we still had a legacy. Yeah. We still had it now. I took my mother.
Tony's face never lies.
Those are facts.
Tony looked at me like, what is wrong with you?
I didn't even notice that. You text me and you cannot you show everything on your face. And it's true. Everyone says they can't play poker with me. I can't do it. I don't know you'll know everything.
Hey Moose, I'm getting some type of feedback from you, brother.
Are you getting it again? Hold on,
I am.
Here's my audio, man.
Some on somewhere.
He got a whole studio over there, and his sound one missing.
He got all type of mic. Maybe you need some headphones.
That might be it, bro. I got some though. Don't worry about it. Bingo.
Put them on. Use them. All right, Tony. I'm not gonna hold you all day, man. It's the Smitty and D show. Thank you for popping on this morning. And you, like One Night Drama, is a certified hairstylist. Let me ask you this, and I don't even know if y'all paying attention to this, but Kevin Durant has, I think, got his hair situation fixed. He was on TV, and he had some issues with some peasiness in the top area, and during these playoffs, he looked like he's finally healed. And I know we joke about it all the time, but he has some issues with his scalp that I believe are cleared up. Had you guys noticed?
It looked like he just needed a brush and some sort of oil, and that probably solved his problem. The man wasn't brushing his hair. It's amazing what a little self-care can do. A little extra 2 to 3 minutes in the morning.
Stop right there, One Night Drama. You saying all the man need to do is brush his damn hair?
That man, as you said, in your old 1943 way, head was peasy.
I mean, they got deodorants for high performance athletes, bro. They don't got the Beijing for high performance athletes. They need that. Like, who is going to invent the hair dye for men who really run track or play basketball? Like, great. LeBron is one of the best athletes in the world. They can make that just for him. Just give that man the ink that don't fade when you drop 40 points.
He didn't need ink. He needed a brush. A boy's Bristol brush.
All right. Please, Tony Neal. Can you give us a civilized answer? Because these two.
Yeah, so he just looks like he has some scalp issues. I've seen it before, but ultimately, we've all seen like little toddlers with the little broken.
Wait. You said he got cradle cap? You said he's grown ass man
I did not say that. I'm saying that I think he needed a brush too. I do. I think he needed to make sure that he's like stimulating that scalp. He's brushing it. But ultimately, I think something was going on with his scalp for real. Don't know what it was, but I've seen it before. I do think something was going on with his scalp.
Hey guys, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Tony Neal is in the building. Tony, I know your time is valuable. If you got to get out of here, you got to get out of here. I get it. But thank you. The show is Smitty and D. People can go watch it right now.
Yeah. Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, all of the above. We're everywhere.
I love it. All right, one act drama, RC Musa. Let's jump into these hot topics. Okay. Okay, here goes, guys. I don't know if y'all saw some of this. Somebody sent me this morning. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it goes. This young lady is the pastor of a church. Her name is Pastor Veronica. She claims her vagina is anointed. And if you're having issues, Pastor Veronica will give you a little nookie to get you well. Musa, are you going to this church?
I need to see it first. I need to lay eyes on it. You know what I mean?
What?
On the cookie, on the cootie cat, on the passion pocket. I need to see it to see if it do it look different.
You just say cootie cat?
I'm just trying to be politically correct for the ladies on the panel. I don't want to just say anything vulgar.
I call mine a cootie cat. I'm a woman of a certain age. I have a cootie cat.
Cootie cats. That's clearly a cootie cat we're looking at.
Stay out of this, okay? No, but it's true. Apparently, and I seen this story a couple of years back. Having sex with your parishioners, Tony Neal. This can't be true, right?
This is too early for this. I swear to God. I'm not prepared for this.
I can't do this, Rodney Perry. Okay, one act drama. You got a little, your shoulder acting up.
I'm gonna bid you guys adieu.
Get on out of here, Tony Neal. Thank you for coming in.
All right, bye guys.
All right.
See you later.
Tony Neal said, Rodney Perry, let me out of this shit.
That lady just told you at the top of her interview that she is sick of foolishness. And then here you go, giving her foolishness.
That's what we're here for. Okay. One act drama. Your husband got a little shoulder thing. He said, I'm gonna go see Pastor, see if she can help me, get my shoulder right.
That man gonna go see his primary care physician and get his shoulder right. Is what he gonna either see the primary care physician or the mortician. One or the other.
You're not gonna kill him.
You go to that church and see what happened to you.
Wow.
You go down to that church house.
Sound like atheist.
Moose, you going to see Pastor, but you want to take a look at it before you get
y'all need to sit. Put it on the altar for us. Let us see what it look like. And I feel like can you play tithes? Is that illegal? Because if I'm paying tithes, that kind of seems like
hold on. Stop right there, Musa. So let's say what you needed to look like.
I didn't look like it's anointed. I ain't never seen what an anointed cootie cat look like. So if her cootie cat, it might be able to convince one that drama. That's special.
Let me help you. You have seen an anointed coochie. It's your wife's. Fix that. Fix it. The Lord gave you that.
You do got a lovely lady.
Fix it.
My wife is special.
When you married her, that was anointed. The Lord anointed it when you entered the covenant with him.
No, but maybe it's got a light. Maybe it's got some type of light in it.
That's all I'm saying. It might be some superficial, scientific type of crazy cootie cat. Like you might see it. You might see the truth in it.
The truth and the light. The light should set you free. Drama.
Mm-hmm.
My coochie has done wondrous things for a man or two, but it ain't never healed no ailments other than in the moment of post-nut clarity they have.
John Hall said he couldn't do it. Alfred said ain't nothing but the devil.
Now do you got to do it in front of the congregation? That's a lot of pressure.
Do it matter?
That's a lot of pressure right there, Rodney. That's a lot of pressure. I got to do
you're trying to get well.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you gotta cough. Go cough for me, Musa. You gotta cough. Your
That's
throat
coochie
hurting.
hair in your throat from messing with Pastor. That's
What's
what
her
that is.
congregation?
All right.
You know,
Well,
it's
you
a
see it
lady
work.
that actually says she healed people with her coochie, right? And she manifests through her coochie.
this is the
No.
lady.
Not her. No, it's a real life lady on Instagram, Sexy Spirit, that says she healed people via her coochie.
Hey, Doug said I need Randy Sky on this one. Queenie says, OMG, are y'all serious right now? Queenie, this is a real thing. Look, I'm not making this stuff up. People think, Rodney Perry, where you be getting this stuff? I'm not making this up.
You going up in flames right with that lady in her coochie.
Let me tell you something.
Her
She
coochie
ain't
burning
bad
for
looking.
different reasons.
She ain't bad looking. She ain't bad looking.
Do you believe women carry the certain energy inside their vagina? Like, I've seen you've had sex with a woman while she depressed, and you might be depressed after you had sex with her.
That's
You
sad
got sex
coochie.
with a
You
woman?
should never want sad coochie.
That's what I'm saying. That woman could be anointed. I had sex with her. Now I feel like I need to read. I need to catch up on my scripture.
Let me tell you something.
I'm
I've been with women that inspired me.
Exactly. She had an inspirational cootie cat.
What do it sound like?
Don't
it
answer
sound like opera music.
Give it to me. Let me hear it.
I don't know the opera songs. It sound like something like that.
I think it sounds like a Martin Luther King speech.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
I have a dream today.
Oh, now you got civil rights coochie.
Huh?
Not civil rights coochie. Y'all desegregating the population with coochie.
Holds me down.
Hopgood say it sound like macaroni and cheese.
See, come on, Hopgood. Come on now.
You know what? It's too much. I think Tony was right. It's too much for the morning.
Yeah, it's early.
I just ate breakfast.
Multiplied them fish.
Did you have some mac and cheese?
I had mac and cheese for breakfast Tuesday morning because they had leftover. I did.
How many multiplied fish?
One act drama. Now we know a lot about you because you've been coming on the show and you're very transparent. Is your vagina anointed?
It is. The Lord gave it to me. I had this all my life.
Get out of here.
It's people
You ain't had that all your life.
People came from it. That's how I know it's anointed. People came from it. I got 2 people that came from it.
All right. Wait a minute. Joining us with the morning quickie. We'll be getting into it in a few minutes. Sherelle, E-Time Sherelle. Did you hear the story, Sherelle? Stop right there. Don't move. Because I know Sherelle got a comment on this. This young lady, Sherelle, Pastor Veronica, she says her vagina is anointed. Now it's for healing infertile men. So your husband cannot get you pregnant. Are you going to allow him to go see Pastor just because you want a baby?
My vagina is healing. But no, I would not do that. I couldn't. If we had an open relationship, let's try it. But not on.
Pastor trying to help. Pastor trying to help y'all.
Would you go?
Hey, my wife will kill me. All right. Enough of this. People send me these stories just to make sure that I'm staying on point. Okay, here goes the next one. Of course, Don Lemon got fired. We talked about it yesterday from CNN after 17 years of service to the network. But when it rains, it pours. He also lost his white boyfriend.
Oh, he on date broke,
Don
man.
Lemon, his fiance says, "Baby, you ain't making the money no more. I'm out of here."
Was he a stay-at-home boyfriend?
I don't know. Man.
His boyfriend is a real estate mogul worth millions. So,
oh wow!
I don't
so he just didn't look good.
True. They was just on the red carpet.
He didn't look
you
good.
So you don't think he left him?
No, they was just on the red. They was like just at an event yesterday.
It just came out last night.
Where that article come from?
I don't know. I got this off the Shade Room.
That might be off the Onion.
But they could have. They could have been trying to keep up opinions.
I tell you what. If I'm gay, what I'm not gonna have is a white man pummeling me.
That's buck breaking.
What is it?
Buck breaking.
I don't know what that means, but we go
Back in
move on.
slavery, where the master used to sleep with the black man in front of his family to make him look weak.
Wow. You know a little bit about everything. One
She do.
Let me tell you something. My mama paid good for my education at that private school.
All right. Today is Avant's birthday. Avant, singer Avant, celebrating his birthday. Shouts out to Avant.
A very tiny man.
What you call him?
A tiny man.
That man ain't.
Where
That
you coming
man.
from?
Avant is like 5'9".
That's a tiny man.
Yeah, he had been sick though. He had been like really sick at one point, right?
I don't know. I feel like you're making that up.
Nah, for real. Yeah, he got really sick, man. I forgot what he had.
You know anything about Avant? Can we just say happy birthday to the man?
Yeah. Right here.
I like his music. I still listen to You and I Together Forever. I still listen to that like it just came out yesterday.
What the hell was that?
That was a B-side right there.
I can read your mind. That was a B-side.
Hey, let me tell you something. Shirley Thomas got a lot of skills, but singing ain't one of them.
You can do a lot of things with your throat and mouth, but that wasn't
right, exactly.
All right, happy birthday, Avant. God bless you, man. Really great guy, man. I've ran into him at airports and stuff. He stopped. He always speaks. He's always cool. All right. Of course, one of the places we broadcast the show is on Facebook. Of course, Instagram is also Meta. And Meta has been creating some original content, stuff like Red Talk, Steve Harvey show over there. But Meta said, look, we're shutting down some Facebook originals, canceling shows like the Red Table Talk. Oh my God, guys. Red Table Talk, the show that brought down Will Smith, is gone.
I feel like black men should have petitioned. We should have petitioned to get it off. Black men should have petitioned to get that show off, man. That show never showed us in a positive light. It never did.
That's not true. Is that true?
I can't name one time I felt like a black man went on that show and came out a better person. Not one time.
Stephen Labussier, he did a good bit on there.
I don't know who that is, so I'm not even going to say you wrong. I know. What's the dude who she cheated on Will with? That was a bad episode. And the Will, that was like, we never seen Will look that sad in his life, man. Will too successful look that damn sad on TV like that.
He did had a glory.
He like sad,
that glory tear coming down his face.
Yeah, tough.
Nah,
One Night Drama. Meta is canceling some original shows. One of them being Red Table Talk. What's your thoughts?
When that lady said she had an entanglement, I was done. Cause ma'am, you cheated.
Right.
Let's not fancy it
up.
up.
I like the word entanglement though. That makes me feel like I'm doing something.
It feels sexy to you. Well, let me let Miss Perry go entangle with a young buck and see how you feel.
What Miss Perry is not gonna do is give my puss away.
I love it.
Like I read Will's autobiography, and at one point in the autobiography, he talks about going on.
Everybody stop right there. Everybody freeze. Austin Moose, are you reading?
Oh, come on, man! I gotta read, bro. I'm trying to better. I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to do plays and be intellectual like you are.
Let me tell you something. I start reading Will's book. Will book is longer than the Bible.
Man, best autobiography I've ever read, though, bro. It is.
I went and bought the audiobook.
Yeah.
The audiobook, Will Smith's audiobook is still one of the best audiobooks because he's not just telling them to read the book. He's actually, they blew up the scenes to be like little movies. So it was very dope. But I'm sorry I cut you off. You read the book, then what?
I just want to say I also get the audiobook. But I tell people I read it because people don't give you the same respect when you say you got the audiobook. So even if it's audible, I just tell niggas I read it because y'all don't respect audiobooks the same way. That's just how I am, Because people act like you don't get the same points for audiobook.
Everybody freeze. Because I asked you though. I said, you read it? You said you doubled down.
You see how much respect One Act Drama gave me when I said I read it? You think I'm gonna double back or lose her respect? Yes, nigga. I read it. Huh? Now, see, if he wouldn't have said that, though, I would have still been the intellectual that you thought I was.
Uncle Rodney.
I read.
Let me tell you something.
I got a whole bookshelf.
I'm if I didn't read it, I'm gonna say I got the audiobook. Okay.
See, you too much truth for me. That's not a lie. That's not really a lie because you read it, you comprehended it, so it ain't really a lie.
That's what you need to say. I comprehended Will Smith's book. That's what you need to say.
That's too many. That's too big of a situation.
It's a really great audio book though. No joke.
But I mean, just alluding to what she was saying, like at one point in the book towards the end, how he said he went on this big trip and he got Jada Pinkett's ex-boyfriend to be his tour guide on the trip. And I kind of felt like the dude who taught him how to swim when he was in, I think he was in Africa or whatever. And I kind of, no, I said, no, it was a guy who she had dealt with prior. Like, it was either her, it was the dude she dealt with on her ex. Huh?
Tupac?
No. It was just a dude. Just a dude on the island. But to what, when that drama was saying, I felt like, to me, he was kind of alluding to they had some type of open relationship at one point, bro. Because why would her ex be with y'all on vacation? It was just it's so many things in their life that you just like, yo, this kind of weird.
I will say this. I'm gonna say this, and I won't dwell on this. I had a friend that was like part of their team. He was part of their he was one of their handlers, and you don't get in that world without being heavily vetted. You're not spending no time with nobody unless they say so. So whatever happened was sanctioned on some level.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
So y'all can't kick it with y'all ex or your partner's ex?
I don't want him to. I can be cordial with him, but I don't want him hanging with me.
I think, you know what, Sherelle? That's a great question. And I'm going to tell you what, it's relative to how rich you are.
No, it's not. I hung with my ex-husband. I did his ex-girlfriend's hair, makeup, wardrobe, everything for her bridals, her wedding, her engagement photos. She came to my bridal shower. She's an amazing human being. And he fucked up when he lost her. And he ended up with me.
I think it's easier for women though, man. It's easier for women to deal with other women because y'all know that's over with. As a man, I don't got no ill will toward them. But if you dated my wife, I'm not trying to hang with you, bro. It's just weird.
Rodney Perry, go full screen on yourself. Let me tell you something. If you my woman ex, I have nothing but ill will toward you.
Wow.
I'm gonna say it. Like, no.
I'm gonna send you an audio book.
By nature of your relationship, you're adversarial. Nobody wants nobody else jumping up and down. Now, you know your wife has experience. You really should thank the guy because he showed her something that she's carried on into your relationship. I get it. But know this, Shirley Thomas. We ain't friends, dog.
Well, you ain't got to be friends, but like hanging out, cordial, like get along.
No.
Can I ask you this though?
You like to bring up stuff like this, but you know you wouldn't do that.
I just did it. Well, it was me and my ex-husband and his now ex-girlfriend, but they were in a relationship. And to me, it's like, okay, I don't want you anymore. Like, why do we have to, set these boundaries? Like, if the kid's gonna be around, like, let's just be cordial, be convenient. But even last weekend, and Rodney, I thought about you, all your porn stars. I went to this conference, Exotica, and I was on my way. I was going to meet up with another dude. And my ex called me like, hey, where you at? I'm on my way to this conference. I'm like, bet, meet up with us. And all three of us was together. Like, it went, and he was like, tell him.
You're very adult. But I'm a child. I'm a child. You're adult. I'm a child. I'm a 52-year-old child. And what I'm not going to do is be hanging out. Oh, remember that time when I put you up against that dresser that time? And we was,
now, can I
scene in that movie where he's like, yeah, me and your girl used to be together. I used to call her a Coke bottle. And they had a screen on this.
See, now that's different. That's different. I feel like that's disrespectful. But if you're mature, they're mature, y'all over each other, there's no feelings involved. To me, it's like, why not? You just like the other person, like down the street, like my neighbor or somebody. Like, why not? Just because we had a history.
Moving on.
Yeah. Can I ask you this? Can I ask you this before you move on real quick? Now, my fiance wanted to meet my child's mother when we decided to get married, because she knew that was important for them to have some type of discourse or relationship, because she's going to be around the kids. You as a man, do you feel like if it's another man that's going to be around your kids, do you want to have, I'm going to go have dinner with this dude to talk to him? Because I feel like men don't do that as much as women do. Women tend to be like, I need to meet her outside. You don't need to be there. We need to have the discourse between me and her so I can see where she at.
Yeah.
I don't feel like men do that.
In a perfect world, that would be great.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, that would be great. But like I said before, that relationship is usually adversarial. Usually the guy, she left him for a reason. Whether he was abusive, whether he was, failing to take care. Like if he was that great a guy, they'd still be together.
So you wouldn't want to just say, I need to see for myself away from you. Let me just talk to this man.
No.
Man to man.
We ain't friends.
Where you going?
No.
As a protector of your kids, you don't think that's your responsibility to know who your kids are around?
I do not. But I'm at home. I didn't leave. My family is intact, so I got a different perspective. If anything, it would be the other way. Like my wife had to embrace some children that weren't her children. Does she have a great relationship with their mothers? No, she don't. Her and my son's mama were adversarial until I said, hey, to my son's mama, leave my wife alone. Stop fucking with her. But
that's because she still had feelings, right?
Well, she shouldn't have. She was just fucking with her.
Yeah.
What you guys are saying is right. Archie Moose and Shirley Thomas, and even what you thinking of your little head drama, it's right. I get it. But
think you should beat that bitch up. You don't know what I'm thinking over here.
Whatever you think
I've been known to beat a few bitches down in my day.
Whatever you think is right. I'm saying this. That it's really a case by case situation. But if the two people are adversarial, the last thing they need to be doing is going to have lunch.
Yeah.
And
I applaud you as a man though for squashing
trading information about me.
I
don't like it. All right.
As a man though, I applaud you for intervening and y'all stop.
The best thing I did in life.
Yeah.
Until I did that. Until I
asked you to do that, or you just did it?
No, I did it way too late.
Okay. But did your wife have to demand it or no?
She didn't physically demand it, but again, I should have done it sooner.
Yeah.
I failed them until I did.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, guys. Wow, this show is going so fast. Thank you guys for coming today. One Night Drama's in the building. Sherelle E. Thomas, Archie Musa. The show will not be 90 minutes today. We only got 15 minutes to go, guys. So maybe we go an extra 10 minutes, but I got to go downstairs and get the rehearsal today. So, Praz. Here's another story. Fuji rapper Praz found guilty on 10 counts of international fraud. Now, I think he had some sort of international electronic thing he was doing.
Yeah, I read about this. It was a Chinese official, right? He was trying to infiltrate the political process of America. So even to the point where he paid Praz $20 million for him to be able to take a picture with Barack Obama, because he was trying to help the Chinese government kind of infiltrate and affect our election process. And that's basically all I read about it. But that's basically what it was.
Was that an audio interview?
No, that was just what he had. Well, he was basically what the court was finding him guilty of, and that was the information that they found.
But you said you read it, so was it audio?
Come on, man. Now, I actually read that one. I read that one, yo.
I don't know if I believe you because you deceived us already.
Oh, man, first of all,
did y'all see this? Check this out, guys.
Shudu is a virtual model.
Yeah.
She presents as a black woman. She was created by an Englishman, a white Englishman, fashion photographer turned graphic designer. And she's been working with many luxury brands since she debuted about 4-ish years ago.
Right, yeah.
And I previously spoke about her when I was on Al Jazeera.
I remember.
Talking about virtual blackface, basically, because I think it's super messed up that there are actual black women models who would be happy to star in these campaigns, but instead brands are picking virtual black models where none of that money goes to black people. Like the fact that we exist in a world where it's okay for a man who is white to make a virtual black woman and then profit off that virtual black woman, to me, is the story.
Yeah.
That says it all.
Yeah.
And it makes me angry and uncomfortable that that is still the case and that people are like, yeah, this is a really good choice. Let's work with shooters.
That's wild.
Oh, one act drama. This could be our reality in the next 20 years. AI is very real. People are using AI to imitate everything. Why not imitate black people? You don't want to do business with us, but you'll have a black model you created. What's your thoughts?
White folks love black people until it's time to give us some shit you're supposed to give us. They love us till it's time for freedom. They love us till it's time to pay us. They love us till it's time to teach us our history. They love us to the grave.
Wow.
They don't want to give us nothing we're supposed to have. They will create fake black people to avoid dealing with real black people. They could create a whole universe of fake black folks. That's wild to me.
That is wild. Shirley Thomas, I mean, you're always the voice of reason, man. What's your thoughts when you hear a story like this?
Growing up in a community of white people where it was majority white, I understand that there's this underlying fear. They see our value. They see our worthiness. They see how much we offer. They see how different we are. And it's something that they can't physically replicate. So it's always this fear of, I want this in my life, but how do I control it? Because if I give them control, then it means something about me. And that's how I feel like white people feel about black people. Like they love us, they adore us, they know our value, they know our worth. But the messed up part is we don't even know our own. And I feel like that's where we fall short. If we were to stand in that power and not give them that power, it would be a different story. But again, it's a fear. It's a fear of, I don't want them to evolve further than us. I don't want to give them the credit that they're due. Even though I see it, I feel it, I act on it, I'm threatened by that. So I got to exercise my control and do something virtually so that I can access what they have, but yet I'm still in control.
Let me jump in here, Archie, before you take that question. I'm looking at our chat. Thank you, Mr. Hopgood. Today marks the end of an era. Jerry Springer.
Oh, wow.
Breaking news. I don't know
if
it's true yet, but Jerry Springer, the former mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio, Jerry Springer, the man that gave us a lot of what we know as reality TV, especially that reality talk situation. It has passed, man. Jerry Springer's gone. Musa, what's your thoughts as we send our prayers and thoughts out to his family?
I feel like he just it wasn't the healthiest change he made to Day Talk television, but he revolutionized it in that way when he did do it, you know. And at one point, you remember when Jerry Springer was taking off, it seemed like everybody was copying Jerry Springer at one point when he was really
absolutely. Sally Jesse Raphael, Jenny Jones, what was the other little fat lady?
Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake. Girl, I love Ricky Lake now.
Yeah, wow. That was that. It marks the end of an era. God bless to Jerry Springer's family. Shirley Thomas, your thoughts? Jerry Springer, man, he changed the way we watch TV.
He did 1,000%. I remember I used to run home from 8th grade every single day to catch the last 30 minutes of the Jerry Springer show.
Y'all remember when they didn't use to break the fights up? Remember they used to not break them up.
Let them fight.
Go at it.
Yeah, so definitely sending my condolences to him and his family. But
you know, as we're processing this, it's crazy that Jerry kind of puts a smile on your face, right? What's your thoughts?
Man, Jerry was the original like reality TV, like with the fight. He kind of was the formula. The fights, the my baby daddy sleeping with your old auntie. Like he kicked it out. He was the original Maury with a paternity test.
He was the first person to put transes on TV.
Yeah, midgets.
I'm about to say midgets
little
too.
people. Little people.
Wow. Going but not forgotten. Jerry.
He gave us our boy. That ended up getting his own show. The fight breakup dude. The
Wilco, something like that.
Yeah, he gave us
was a spinoff. Yes.
The most athletic cameraman to ever exist.
They probably went to Maury after they left them.
Wow, how about that? Wow. Jerry is out of here. Speaking of Jerry, of course, Jerry is one thing, but did y'all see this about Phil Jackson? Is Phil Jackson, after playing with the greatest player of all time, is Phil a racist?
Phil Jackson is really saying some things that are disturbing to me. And I'm going to take into consideration that he comes just from a different way of life. He was on a podcast with the great Rick Rubin, said he hasn't watched the NBA since the bubble. He says the Black Lives Matters slogans that the NBA portrayed during the tournament turned him off from professional basketball. People want to see sports as non-political. Hey, Phil, when has sports been non-political? The COVID-19 pandemic brought a lot to the forefront. The United States of America was having a racial reckoning. So people in the NBA, players, black players, players that are immigrants, players that understand what it feels like to be marginalized, felt away. But what I do know is that you have a league that is the majority of black players who have grown up in these neighborhoods where they feel like they should speak out and say something. I don't know too many workspaces that allow you to say how you feel personally. I don't know too many workspaces that say, I understand you're frustrated, so why not share your frustrations and use this platform to talk about why? You guys remember that time where he gave the quote about LeBron James and the guys, the fellas, his friends that he worked with? I'm being careful. He called them a posse. He said, LeBron James and his posse have taken over. Posse? Really, Phil? Really? Phil, you need a lesson in what's going on in today's society. You're coming across like a curmudgeon that is not aware of what's happening in our world today. And I salute Adam Silver and everyone else who said it's okay to talk about things that are uncomfortable right now. It's okay to talk about social justice. It's okay to make basketball a place where people, if they are tuning in to watch, they're going to have to hear about it whether they want to watch it or not.
Wow, I felt like a reach on some of those. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
That posse was wild.
Is it a reach? What's your thoughts, Musa?
I feel like people who are marginalized like us, we were normally triggered so the simplest wording could trigger us. I don't think Phil Jackson meant that it turned him off because he don't care about black people. I think it meant it turned him off because all he cared about is basketball. Some people just want to cut it on and see nothing but basketball. I don't think he was being insensitive to the Black Lives Movement, which he was being insensitive to the Black Lives Matter movement. But in his defense, I think homie just like, some people just want to cut on basketball and see basketball. It ain't like he was saying with the whole kneeling incident with Colin Kaepernick, like people didn't know what he was kneeling for. Now some white people didn't understand what was going on and hated him because of that. He understands what Black Lives Matter means. He just rather see basketball instead. Is it wrong? Yeah.
Shirley Thomas, your thoughts?
I think the same thing. Like I think that some people desire to create a certain narrative. So it's like, let me nitpick and grab any information that I can to support the narrative that I want to push forward. And I kind of feel like that was the case with that. I can't say that there's enough.
You're Chicagoan. Are you saying that what Phil Jackson said wasn't suspect? Not in your book.
Part? What part?
One act drama.
I will not excuse whiteness in a black space. So I don't hear people say posse in reference to white people in a group of friends. That was a carefully used term by him. If it were Dirk Nowitzki, he would have said Dirk and his friends, Dirk and his teammates, That would have been the terminology used. I also do not, any man, Caucasian, over the age of 50, I assume operates from a space of privilege as well as prejudice in some form, and I feel under that age they're either unlearning or continuing. So I'm very leery and I am sensitive to the language they use, because there are so many terms in the English language that you can use other than posse when referring to someone and their friends. Posse is not an everyday term that we use at all. Nobody says me and my posse about to go to the mall. Me and my friends, me and my teammates, me and my castmates. Nobody says posse. That was very carefully chosen.
Being to your point, you say he old. He an old ass. That's an old ass term.
There's so much knowledge out here, and he knows what posse is used for. Posse is I won't say derogatory, but it has a very negative connotation that implies there is something negative happening with you.
Well, and let me jump in there, guys, because I don't want us to get hung up on the word posse. The question of not being connected to the NBA, something that you've been connected with your whole life.
But he saw the game, Uncle Rodney.
Hear me out. To disconnect from the NBA because of Black Lives Matter. Because some black players decide to stand up because another person was murdered in this country. That reeks of racism. And I get it, because what you guys are saying, Sherelle and Musa, is correct. Black males of a certain age act and react a certain way. I do. I'm 50-some years old. And so do white males. It's surprising to us that people that we put on a pedestal, a la Phil Jackson, who's brought 6 championships to Chicago, 10 to the NBA. Hey, there's no way Phil Jackson, after coaching some of our favorite blacks, could possibly be racist. But maybe he is.
The money is green, and that's the key. The money.
Yeah.
But it's an awesome conversation. Wow.
Is this heartbreaking, man? Like you expect, if anybody, to coach some of the best black athletes in the world and still not see that man as your equal. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. And maybe you're not equal, because you got to think, during the Jordan era, there were no black coaches.
Right.
We're still hard pressed to have a black quarterback in the NFL. There is no black ownership. I watched the interview the other day with Reggie Jackson, who attempted to buy a baseball team. He had Bill Gates on his team of people. He was willing to pay $25 million over sticker price.
Mm-hmm.
And they sold it to a guy that didn't even have the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? I'm here to tell you, as a black man in America, that we still live in a place, and write this down. Rodney Perry ain't gonna live nowhere else. I've been around the world, yeah. You don't want to live in other countries, but we're 50 years, 100 years away from healing. And here's another question I'll pose to you before we get out of here. Do you want to live in a post-racial world? Do you want to live in a world where race doesn't matter? Where if your daughter brings home a white kid, it doesn't matter? Shirley Thomas, do you want to live in a post-racial world?
I do. And I think I have a biased opinion because, again, I was raised in a white community. I grew up on the west side of Chicago. When it came down time to move to the suburbs, I was around predominantly white. Like, it was 2 of us in the entire 6th grade. And for me, it's more like when
how were you treated?
I was treated different. I was treated different when I was in the black community. I'm light skinned with long hair. I was the black sheep of the family. Like, I was always judged. They called me white girl. I never fit in. Wow. So that's why I feel like I desire to see that, where I can be accepted as I am. I wasn't accepted in the black community. I wasn't accepted in the white community. So I want to get to a place where, you know, I'm good enough just being as I am. Same thing with my kids. Like, it's not about, you know, this race, like pro that, pro this. I was never accepted.
Wow, how about that? Musa, your thoughts, man. Do you want to live in a post-racial world? Do you benefit from being a black male? Do you benefit from the fear sometimes?
I feel like just way we grew up, it was so much racism that our parents offset the racism by instilling so much racial pride in us. Like we wanted to love our hair, to love our culture, to love our history. So I feel like I couldn't even imagine not taking pride in that. Where I'm at with it, you know what I mean? So I definitely see what she's saying. That it would be great for us to, okay, you're great, I'm great, we're all equal, but I love who I am so much. I can't imagine a world where that didn't matter.
Wow.
Like, you know,
One Act Drama giving you the final word. Well, the word before the final word. What's your thoughts? Do you want to live in a post-racial world?
No, I want to live in a world where people leave us alone and allow us to live at bare minimum. Allow me to go into a store and make my purchase without you following me to the cash register. I want my son to play outside, and no matter what child he is with or by himself or with a water gun, he is allowed to frolic and laugh and have a good time without somebody assuming that his laughter is a sign of danger. I want my whoever I date in the future to be able to drive down the street in his car and reach into his glove compartment without them assuming that his blackness is a weapon. That's what I want. Whether that's black, white, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, don't look at these. Agreed. Just let us live.
Agreed.
Rodney Perry, do you want to live in a post-racial world? I don't think so. I think I enjoy certain benefits. You know, although my life is not easy, but when I walk into a room, is there an inherent fear of me? Do I like that? I mean, it's something that I've thought about. So I don't know. Again, I think we're so many years to this could be a truth. And, you know, 50, 100 years away, we may not see it in our lifetime, this post-racial world. And I don't know if the people, the powers that be, will allow it. How about that? Hey guys, thank you for coming on today. Great show. Amir said, man, it sounds like y'all was into some good stuff today. A great conversation. Shouts out to Tony Neal who popped in, the Smitty and D podcast. He told us about that. Shouts out to Archie Musa, got his sound together. Sounds great.
Thank you.
And great show as always, says Alfreda. It is the morning quick. We didn't talk about sex at all today, Shirley Thomas. What did you have something for us before we go?
Yeah, I had the top 10 positions, and I wanted y'all to rate them like your order of your favorite order. But we could do that next week.
Hold on, give me the quick top 10. Give me the quick.
Come on, man. She gotta get into that bag.
Give me the number one position.
Anticipation.
Give me the number one. Give me the number one. Can you just give me number one?
Top three.
What you say? Y'all guess what number one is?
I'm gonna say doggy.
I'm gonna say doggy too.
You got to guess?
She said doggy.
No,
doggy then. I'm gonna say doggy too.
That's number one. That's number one.
Doggy is number one. 69 is number two?
No.
Nobody likes 69.
69 is like number 8, 9.
I told you, nobody likes that in real life.
Let me.
Really?
Okay. I gotta go now.
Go.
See y'all. Have a good one.
Hey, baby, before you go, how do we stay in touch?
Sherelle E. Thomas on Instagram or Sherelle Thomas on YouTube.
You heard her. She is a love, intimacy, and sex coach. She is Sherelle Thomas, and she's rocking with us, giving us the morning quickie. Thank you, Sherelle. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, guys. The show is cracking today. Before we get out of here, One Act Drama, how do we stay in touch?
Follow me, One Act Drama, on social media and catch me on stage near you.
Thank you, Andromeda Jones. I would love to live in a racist-free world, says Candy Kisses TV. Michelle C. RC Musa, how do we stay in touch?
RC Musa on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. That was a great question, man. Thank you for the opportunity to be up here today, too. That was we could have went another hour on that.
Easily. Thank you, Amir, A-Rock Silly, for popping in. Hopgood says he likes Missionary. He want to stare off in the eyes. You know what? I'm so sick of Hopgood saying wonderful shit.
Let me tell you what Hopgood.
That's my dog right there.
That's what he doing. Hopgood recruiting new bitches with these lines.
What he doing?
New bitches.
I love her eyes, man.
Hey, what a great show today, guys. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Wow, great show. Goodness gracious. We covered so much in such a short time.
I got something I want to ask y'all too, man. If you hop back on that conversation again too.
Oh, for sure. We definitely only unpacked a very little bit of it. All right, y'all. Till tomorrow. Y'all have a great day.
Get ready for America's number